Good afternoon, Mr. Bonatta. Thank you very much for granting us an interview. Well, first question we would like to ask is what impressed you most in this competition?
It's a great competition already. I mean, it's just a second, but it's already established like one of the most important competition in Asia. And the organization is fantastic and everything is great. We are very happy here in Shenzhen, and so that's what impressed me very much, yes. Because this is a very new competition. Like your city is very new, but so big already. That's amazing, really.
The next question is what should be improved in the next competition?
You know, there are so many competitions in the world. I think that the very positive aspect of this competition is that the competition is focused on piano and orchestra, which is a very special repertoire. So I think this is a very good idea by the artistic director, Professor Dan Joy, and so keep this way, because there are just a few competitions for piano and orchestra in the world. And this is very good because so many competition, you know, it's better to have a very special profile, you know, and this competition has already a very special profile.
In this competition, what aspects do you take into consideration when you judge a contestant's performance?
I'm looking for a personality, for an artist, for a young pianist who can give me some very special emotions. And this is not so easy. They are all so professional, you know. They are very good pianists already. They have been selected, so they are already very good on a high standard. But I'm looking for a personality, for an artist, and that's not so easy to find, I must say. Not so easy.
I see.
Because these young people especially, you know, they are a little bit afraid to make some mistake, or they should show really what they mean, what they have inside, and they should show our heart and they should show them heart and sensibility, not only the technique and perfection. And so I just look for an artist, but I think we have so many. Perhaps there are very good few ones.
Would you please tell us what's the difference between Chinese and foreign contestants in terms of performance, if there's any?
It's very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. We have just heard a Chinese boy coming from Australia, for instance. And we have Chinese students, Chinese pianists studying in Europe, and coming from the United States, other coming from China, from Beijing, from Shanghai. So, you know, it's very difficult to say. In general, Chinese has a tremendous potential, technical potential, and this is well known. You know, you have a brilliant manuality. You have incredible power in your fingers, incredible speed, and but also I feel that there are so many interesting young artists in the new generation. So I think the Chinese pianists can be really very, very good.
In general, what's the difference between Chinese and foreign piano players when they start playing the piano in terms of motivation?
What I can imagine is that the Chinese pianist has a very strong motivation, very, very strong, and it's clear to me that they have the strong motivation to be famous, to be successful, perhaps more than European now. I don't know. Chinese music life is growing up tremendously, and in Europe we have kind of crisis, you know. Musical life is not so as it was 20 years ago, but in any case I'm happy to be in China, because I feel that China has very much interest for classical music, very much doing so much for concert for young people, great organization like this. And so I think in China the future of classical music is very open, very, very open.
Because for Chinese, a lot of Chinese students are pushed to study piano by their parents. because their parents want them to have a bright future, or maybe because they are good at playing the piano, so they can get into some good universities. We have such a system. Maybe in the Western world, you don't have such a system.
I've been also pushed by my mother to play the piano, and I'm very grateful to her, very, very much. I wouldn't be so successful now if my mother didn't push me in the first years. It is, I think, very, very natural and very logical. If you have a talent, if the parents recognize that you are very talented, of course they push you. Of course they try to support you as much as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Bonatta, for accepting the interview.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.